everyone. So today we'll be taking up the next chapter, that is out of business. Out of business. So this is a story of a man who was actually living a very good life. He had a good business and suddenly his business crashed. So he tried to become rich very quickly by using shortcut methods. But this story tells us that there is no shortcut method to earn money or to become successful. Nothing can replace hard work. So hard work is the key to success. So there is a person whose name was Rama Rao. So what happened with him? He was having he had invested in some sort of business, and eventually that business was dependent upon a bank, and a number of happenings happened. There was depression, the trade and everything went down. So because of that, what Rama Rao had to do, so the company where he had invested of gramophones, so it totally got crashed. So all the business and everything was shut down. So he was left with some stock means some shares, है ना, हम खरीदते हैं shares, bonds. So कुछ shares उसके नाम पे थे. So he had just some shares in his name, and he had a little money in the bank. Okay. So because of that, and eventually what happened, so now he was facing so many difficulties that eventually no source of income was there, and he was just having this some shares, and eventually the price of the share was also going down. So he had to sell that share, and he was only able to sell it for little money only. And then now they were only dependent upon the few savings that they had. So earlier they were living in a very big apartment at a very nice place in a posh colony. But because of that, now when they were facing this difficulty, there was many facilities that they have to do away with. For example, they left their house, they to let their house, to मतलब किराए पे उन्होंने अपना बंगला जो बनाया था वो दे दिया, and then eventually they moved to a very smaller house and in a not so good colony. ठीक है. And then after that, a lot other facilities like the gardener, the cook, the maid, servant, everything the wife has sent away. So earlier the wife used to dress up for parties and everything. So all those things were gone. Now what happened? So Rama Rao did not find how he could, run their life, and eventually, slowly, the money they had kept in the bank, that also got lost, because Rama Rao tried to search for job, but at the age of 40, it was very difficult for him to get a job. Wherever he used to go for job, he used to ask the people to pity on him. He used to write that he has lost his business, and if any job he can get, he'll be very grateful to them. So all the people used to reply him that right now they are not having any particular job which could fit him. So eventually, whenever they'll get a good job, definitely they will remember Rama Rao. So days passed by, and now they were only dependent upon the income that they were getting from that bungalow. जो किराया उनको मिल रहा था, that was the only source of income. And he was so sleepless nights he had spent thinking that what will happen if one day their tenants, जो उनके किराएदार है, वो अगर आकर बोल दें हमें आपका घर नहीं चाहिए, किराए पे हम जा रहे हैं. That means they will not have any source of income. So what happened? So suddenly when he was looking for job applications and all, he looked for the puzzle section in the newspaper. So there he got the idea, and it had a cash price of rupees 4,000. So now for registration, for sending the answers, the amount money was required. So he used to fight with his wife, and he used to get that money, and on that particular week he just spent his mind. Earlier he was still focused about the family. He used to look at the gloomy face of his wife, his children, and he used to see that children now they are not studying in a very fashionable or fancy school. Now they are shifted to a just primary free school. So there were a lot of changes, but now he was eventually focused कि he should solve the puzzle and he should get good sum out of it, and he will give the money to his wife, and some of the money he'll take and he'll go to Madras and he'll find some sort of good job for him. So when he was just doing that, so 1 week passed, he could not get the answers. Then second week also he could not get the answers. Then eventually in the next upcoming week he saw that there was a grand prize of almost 8,000 rupees. So he thought that maybe he'll be able to win that, and then all their worries will be in vain. So for that, but more money was required, so he took more money. He used to fight with the wife and he used to take the money. He knew eventually that taking these 5 cents means taking away food of 1 week, but still he took all this money from his wife. And then eventually he just sent the registry by registered post he sent the answer, and he was very very hopeful that definitely he's going to get some sort of prize, because he has so much hope he had placed in this. So this was the method how he was thinking that he could earn the money. And eventually the day came and he looked for the results, and all in vain. He did not had won anything. And then now he was filled with sorrow, he was filled with despair. And then eventually instead of going back to home, he just crossed the we can say very चोरी है ना, किसी के बिना पता चलते ही उसने लेवल क्रॉसिंग जो है वो क्रॉस कर दी, बिकॉज अदरवाइज देयर आर गार्ड्स है ना, वहां पर लोगों को जाने नहीं देते. So he just slipped from there, and eventually he started walking, and there he could see the signals, and then finally he just lied down on the railings on the track, and he decided that now he's going to give up his life. Now there is nothing left in the life. I am defeated. I am man. Now I have no hope. Nothing is left in my life. I cannot be a winner, and all these things were coming into his mind. And he was just lying over there, and he said that in another 10 minutes the train will come, and this will end his life. So he was just kept waiting, and so much time passed, and he eventually got up, and then he thought that no train has come. What is wrong with? So he again moved towards the station, and in the station he found out that there were so many people who had gathered together. And when he realized that when there are so many people gathered together, and then he realized that God has saved him. And why he said that God has saved him? Because he at that time felt that now God has given him a chance, because earlier he was not thinking about his wife, he was not thinking about his children. So now he was grateful to God that one chance has been given to him. And when eventually he went back home, his wife was standing at the door, and she was little worried. She appeared to be worried, and then she asked why he was late, and then eventually she told him that their tenants who were living in that bungalow, they eventually want to purchase the bungalow, and they're giving a good amount for it. So eventually we should take the amount, and this will definitely help us to run our household. And then Rama Rao realized that this is a good sign. So he said that yes, of course we will sell our bungalow, and it will be for 4,000 cents, and 4,000 you can keep, 4,500. So 4,000 you can keep, half only I will take, and I will go to Madras, and I will definitely find a good job. By the time you manage the household with this money, because at that time it was considered to be a very good amount, isn't it? And he said that, and by the time I'll be able to find a good job for myself. So this is a story which says that if you want to be successful, so if you look for shortcuts like lottery, like puzzles and all, once in a while it can happen, but every time all these kinds of things cannot happen. Okay? So what was Rama Rao's business? How did it collapse? He was running a business. He had invested money in some gramophone company, and how it crashed? Because the bank on which the company was dependent, it also got crashed. So eventually the company had to shut down. What effect did it have on him and his family? So they went into ruins. They did not have any source of income. So they this kind of impact, like they had to eventually change their whole lifestyle, their standard of living, everything changed with it. What is the stock referred to in line 13? Line 13. Stock otherwise means शेयर्स ओनली. तो जैसे मैंने आपको ऑलरेडी बताया, बड़े यहाँ पे लाइन 13 में तो कहीं मुझे दिख नहीं रहा है स्टॉक, बट इवेंचुअली स्टॉक मीन्स जो शेयर्स हम लेते हैं, खरीदते हैं. ठीक है. व्हाई डिड रमा राव वरी लेस? Why did Rama Rao worry less about his family after he came across the captain? So the captain was the addition where he was looking for the puzzles, because his whole concentration was to solve the puzzles to get the money. So he was not giving any attention towards his wife and children. Why did Rama Rao decide to send in at least 4 entries for the special offer crossword competition? Because he wanted that it was a huge amount, है ना, ज्यादा बड़ा मनी था, तो इसलिए उसने ज्यादा एंट्री इसलिए भेजी कि कम से कम कोई एक आधी एंट्री तो मेरी आ ही जाएगी. Why did Rama Rao plan to go to Madras so that he can get some job over there? What made Rama Rao believe that God has shown him mercy? Because he believed that God has given him a second chance to live. How did Rama Rao alternate between hope and despair? So how did he alternate? यानी दोनों में से किसके बीच में उसने डिसाइड किया? क्योंकि पहले he was into his mind these thoughts were coming कि my life is defeated, I'm a defeated person, nothing is left in me. So जब वो थोड़ी देर वहां पर ट्रेन पे रुका, जब रेलवे स्टेशन पे वापस आया, and then he got the news कि जो ट्रेन है वो derail हो चुकी है और हर एक ट्रेन 3 घंटे डिले हो गई है, तो then eventually he realized that this is some sort of hope. If God has given him some chance, this is some sort of hope. So then he decided amongst the hope. Now the next story that we are going to take up is the servant. So this is basically a story which tells us about humility. That means the goodness, the अच्छाई जो हमारे अंदर एक छुपी हुई है, उससे रिलेटेड जो है ये स्टोरी है. अब वो क्या है कि वन पर्सन इज देयर हु इज, दिस इज बेसिकली स्टोरी रशिया के अराउंड पोर्ट्रे हुई है, और आप सबने तो रशियन रेवोल्यूशन ऑलरेडी पढ़ा हुआ है, तो उसमें हमें पता है कि व्हेन देयर वाज फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वॉर, तो बहुत सारे लोग जो काम कर रहे थे उनको वापस बुला लिया गया था टू ज्वाइन द आर्मी. सो दिस सेम थिंग हैपेंड हियर विद द कैरेक्टर ऑफ द स्टोरी Jarasim, who was basically working at some place, but eventually he was called up to join the army. And then after the war got over, when he went back to his own place where he was working, the employer did not take him, saying that already the seat has been, or already the vacancy has been filled. So now what happened after that? He was just roaming here and there. He tried a lot, he tried his luck everywhere, but he could not get a chance. There were so many acquaintances mean जितने में हमारे जान पहचान के लोग होते, ठीक है, तो वो उन सबसे मिला, और बट उसको किसी से भी कोई भी we can say fruitful result जो है वो नहीं मिल पाया, ठीक है. Then there was a person who was from his village only, Danlich, ठीक है. So Danlich was basically a servant. He was basically coachman, यानी कि जो गाड़ी चलाने वाला कोच है, ड्राइवर था वो. So he was a coachman and he had a very sweet tongue, flattering, जैसे चापलूसी जिसको कहते हैं. तो he used to do all that for his employer, and his employer was very happy at him. तो जो भी Danlich बोलता था, उसका जो employer था वो अच्छे से उसकी बात जो है वो मान लेता था, because he was very good at cooking stories, at impressing his employer and all. So this was the thing. So when eventually Jarasim went to Danlich and he requested him that he should help him out with some sort of job. So eventually he thought, and then eventually he came up with an idea, because there was some already in their place only an old man was working. So Danlich told Jarasim that you go today, I'll speak to my employer, and then eventually you come back by the next evening. Then what happened? It was time for Danlich and his employer to go and have a look at the he had to go to the market. So he eventually drove the vehicle till the footstep, and the employer, he sat there in the coach, and eventually he saw that his employer, he was in a good mood. So what did he do? He started talking to him. So what was the name of the employer? It was Fedorich, ठीक है. So he told his employer that I'm looking for your favor. I want some help from you. So Fedorich asked, what kind of favor? So he said that there is a boy, Jarasim, very good boy from my village only and very hardworking. So he is looking for some sort of job. He has lost his job because he was called back to join the army, and when he returned, eventually the vacancy had got filled. And before that, one thing important that I told you. So Jarasim, when he had come to meet Danlich, at that time Danlich instructed Jarasim that you should not be simply working at a place. You should be working like this, that when you go, leave the job, your employer misses you, and when you come back, he never refuses you to take. So this was one suggestion that Danlich has given to Jarasim. So when the employer was sitting, so he tried to convince. He said that there is a man, old man, he's good for nothing, he does not do a very good job, so better to replace it, because if he'll not be doing good job, then the police can catch hold of him, and eventually who will be in trouble? You will be in trouble if he is not going to do the job properly. But eventually the employer initially he refused. He said that that person is at his old age, this is not what I should be doing with him, he has served me for almost 15 years, so I should not be doing this. But then Danlich tried to convince the employer by giving so many reasons, that now he's old, he's not so energetic, he does not have the power to do all the work, and moreover they have saved the money for their future, only wife is there, they can live at Arm's house. So there are so many things that Danlich portrayed to his employer, and then employer said, okay, fine, I'll see what can be done, you call your friend. And the next day when Jarasim came back, so the employer agreed and he hired him for the all-round work. That means so all the work that was to be done outside, जैसे cleaning है, grass cutting है, all these things, ठीक है. So when Jarasim was very happy, very delighted, and when he was moving towards the quarter eventually where he would be living, there he heard the voices of a male and a female. And who were they? The old man and his wife, and they were talking to each other like they have hired a new person because of that new Danlich. There is a new person who is from his village only, and he is the one who has poisoned the employer against us. He is also a thief. Danlich himself is a thief. He steals fodder, and I will tell everything to the employer. And the employer is also not good. What he has done, we have served him for 15 years. We have served him with all our strength, all our loyalty, and see what he's giving. So all these things, Jarasim, when he heard, so he really felt bad. So he made up his mind and he went back to Danlich, and he said that he won't be taking up this job. And Danlich was full of anger, rage. How come you can do this? It will be my insult. I will be insulted in front of my employer if you will do all these things. But Jarasim did not say anything. He just took his cab back and he just left the apartment and the area, and he just went out. But he was light-hearted. ठीक है, तो वो उसका मन क्या हो गया था, हल्का हो गया था ये करके. So this was a story which portrays the goodness of a man, and this is how we should be doing. कि he did not accepted that किसी और की job को हटवाकर he should be working over there. Now, why had Jarasim been going out in vain in the village? Eventually now Jarasim, when he was going out in vain, विलेज में वो इधर उधर क्यों घूम रहा था, क्योंकि उसके पास कोई जॉब नहीं था. एंड इवेंचुअली वो शुरू से मॉस्को में ही रहता आया था, तो विलेज में जब वो वापस गया तो उसका वहां पर दिल बिल्कुल भी नहीं लगा. एंड ही डिसाइडेड कि चाहे मुझे मॉस्को में जाके पत्थर ही क्यों ना बैठ के गिरने पड़े, बट आई विल स्टे देयर ओनली. वेयर डिड Jarasim बीन वर्किंग? व्हाई डिड ही रिटर्न टू हिज विलेज? सो वेयर ही वॉज वर्किंग अर्लियर, कहाँ दिया है ये? I am not able to find out. Let me see. Let us take the next question by the time. What did the coachman tell Jarasim when he narrated his story? Again, that suggestion only. The coachman said that why you people do such kind of service, that that instead of your employer doesn't misses you, you should be doing such kind of service that if for any other reason you have to leave the house, leave the particular job, then your employer is so disheartened, or he misses you so badly that any moment when you approach your employer again, so he's ready to take you back. And the previous question, he used to work in a brewery. Brewery is a place where beer is being produced, so he used to work over there. Okay. Now, how did the coachman persuade his master to employ Jarasim? So he was able to persuade his master by so many things, like that person is becoming old, he is not full of energy, and he does not do his work properly, and moreover the police will catch an eye, then eventually you will be in danger. So all these things he used to persuade his employer. Why was the master reluctant to disengage the old servant? Because he was of the feeling that the old servant has served him from past 15 years, isn't it? So what if he'll do this in his old age? That will be wrong. What did Jarasim hear while crossing the yard? Obviously the conversation of the husband and wife that I just told you, that the employer has done wrong with them, Dan Lich, because of this, all these things are happening. What did the old people think about the master? That he is not of no good. They take advantage of the employees, and when the employees are of no use, they just throw them away. What was the effect of the old man's conversation on Jarasim? So Jarasim was very disheartened. He was feeling very bad. Because of him, someone's job was not there. How does the story reflect the humility of Jarasim? That even if the humility is reflected in a way that even if Jarasim himself was not having any job, he was in so much problems, he was not having even a penny or little money, no money he was having. So, but still he was getting a job and he did not take that offer. So this is how that he did not wanted to do any such act at the cost of harming someone else. So this presents the humility of Jarasim. Now the next story is dusk. So what is dusk basically? Dusk is the evening time, है ना, शाम का समय जब थोड़ा थोड़ा क्या है, अंधेरा हो रहा होता है. So that is dusk. So here that person, Norman Godsby. So he is sitting on a bench and the dusk is approaching, and he is just having in his mind only, he's thinking about the dusk and all. And what kind of thoughts he's having? He's thinking now dusk is what kind of situation, what kind of time when the people who are the losers or who are the defeated ones, who have completed the whole day's task and now they are absolutely tired, defeated, losers, these kind of people only come out during this time. Why? Because this is the time then because it will be little dark, so nobody will be able to see their tiredness, nobody will be able to see their shabby clothes and all. And he was just having all these kinds of thoughts in his mind. So then what happened? Then suddenly he realized that who was sitting by his side, an elderly man was sitting by his side, and it appeared to him he was appearing as if he has absolutely lost his interest in his life. Okay? So he was just sitting there only, and just after that he rose up, he stood after some time, that elderly man, he got up and he just vanished away, he just went away. And then another man, the younger one, he just came and sat over there, and Godsby spoke to him that you are looking little upset, what happened? So he said that whatever silly mistake I had been doing, what silly mistake I had done, everybody would be upset at that. So he said that now what is wrong with you? He said that I came at this place to stay at Pentagonian Hotel in Berkshire Square. So there was one hotel, Pentagonian, at Berkshire Square. He said that I had eventually planned to come and stay over there, but that hotel building was no more there. It was demolished, destructed. So eventually my cab driver, he took me to some other place, some other hotel. So I stayed over there. I left all my things in the hotel, and I do not prefer to use the soap that is being provided by the hotel people. So I went out to buy some soap, and I just brought some money with me, and eventually I went to a bar, I had a drink, and then eventually I realized when I came out that I am not knowing the place, and I could not recall that where is the where is my hotel, which is the street I had taken. So I had absolutely forgotten, and since then I am just roaming here and there, and I'm not able to find my way out. So, and I'm now without any money. So the Gatsby, he was little feeling dicey, that is that person saying truth. So although he was not believing that person, but just to explore how the person reacts, he said yes, it happens. He just narrated cooked his own story and narrated that yes, once he and his friends have also done the same kind of thing and all, and he just boasted about all these things. So then eventually he said that okay, fine, that's correct, I understand, but I wonder that you are roaming here and there, and you are saying that you had eventually come out to buy a soap, then you had a drink and everything, but where is the soap? I'm not able to see. Can you show me the soap? Then the person looked here and there in his pockets, and eventually he was not having any soap. So then Gatsby, what did he told him? That you are saying all this kind of story, and then eventually you don't have a soap also. So you just see how you can, nobody is going to lend you money like this. So nobody is going to believe. So the person, he really got little apprehensive. He felt humiliated, and he just got up and he just went in the crowd. And then eventually when he has just left, and Gatsby, he was just talking to himself, he was just thinking that that how that person was trying to fool him. So he was happy that he was not fooled by that person. And then eventually he was just thinking all these kinds of things. He had just come to make fool out of me, and he himself become fool. And if he was thinking that if he would have been genuine, then definitely he would have had the soap with him from the chemist shop, wrapped in the seal and everything, but he was not having anything. And then suddenly he just got up from the bench, and he was just about to go. Then suddenly he realized he saw something over there, and what was there? The soap was lying over there. And then Gatsby thought, oh my god, something wrong I have done. He really wanted help. This must be his soap only. And then Gatsby eventually went over there behind him, and he was not able to locate, and suddenly he saw that person with light overcoat, and he just went to him. And when he went to him, the person was not disliking him, because he had already said bad words to him. So then he was because at that time Gatsby had said certain words which he did not like, because he thought that Gatsby has not believed. So he was little hostile, but Gatsby told him that, see here, I have found the proof that you were true, that you were absolutely truthful. Here is the soap, keep it carefully with you, and I am lending you this money, and take my card, so whenever you go to the hotel at this address, you can just return that money back to me. So the person was very happy. He said that lucky that you found this, and he quickly took the money and he just fled away. And then Gatsby spoke to himself that poor boy, he has nearly as possible broke down. I don't wonder either, the relief from his quadrille must have been acute. Now he's saying that poor man, he must have been feeling so bad. So when he was saying all these things, and then he turned back, and eventually the bench where he was sitting, Gatsby, he just looked there, that elderly man which was sitting there in the beginning of the story, he just came over there and he was just looking for something. So Gatsby asked him that, have you lost something? And then he said, yes, I have lost my piece of soap. So what do you understand from this story? That man eventually, who had come to seek help from Gatsby, he was absolutely liar only. So he did not had any soap, and it was the elderly man's soap only who was sitting there with Gatsby in the beginning of the story. So this is how he fooled him. So what was the atmosphere at Hyde Park? So the atmosphere, we can say that it was as the atmosphere of the dusk, like it was, we can say, very depressive, full of darkness, because the thoughts that Gatsby was having, they were also like this only, that this is the moment when the defeated people, when the losers, they come out in the park. Do the atmosphere and the mood at the park justify the title of the story? Yes, absolutely. The atmosphere was also like that, and the title was also and the mood was also like that. So definitely it justifies the story. Draw a profile of the person who first sat near Gatsby on the bench. So the profile that the person first who sat was like Gatsby also commented that it was appearing that that person had already lost hope in his life. What according to Gatsby was the weak point of the young man's story? So the weak point was that he was not having this hope. Eventually, the thing he said that he had come out to buy and he was not carrying that only. While walking back to his seat in the park, what did Gatsby see? So when he was going back to the park to take his seat, he saw that there was a man who was searching for something. How did Norman Gatsby feel when he realized he had been fooled? So he really felt... He must have felt, all that is not showed in the story, but he must have really felt bad because earlier he was taking pride and honor in the feeling that he was not being fooled by anyone. But later when he must have fooled, definitely he would have felt bad about it. What did Gatsby imagine about the people who visited Hyde Park? He was imagining that these are the people who are losers, who are disappointed in their life. So this is the moment, that's why they are coming in the evening, so that nobody will be able to see their defeat, their shabby clothes, their tiresomeness, all these kind of things. What is irony? Bring out the elements of irony in the story. So the element of irony in this story is that only that one person who was not becoming fool eventually made a fool out of himself only, like Gatsby. तो उसने बहुत अच्छे से इस चीज को भांप लिया था कि अगला इंसान झूठ बोल रहा, but eventually the things happened like that कि end में आ जाके उसको बेवकूफ बनना पड़ा. What is juxtaposition? Has Saki been able to juxtapose humor and pathos in dust? Juxtaposition is when कुछ words जो हैं वो हम इकट्ठे ही यूज करते, जैसे ब्रेड एंड बटर कि हमेशा इकट्ठे यूज करते, टी एंड कॉफी. सो दीज आर कॉल्ड एज जक्सटापोजिशन की उन वर्ड्स को हम हमेशा एक साथ ही यूज करते हैं. तो हैज साकी बीन एबल टू जक्सटापोज ह्यूमर एंड पैथोस इन डस्क? यस, ऑफ कोर्स. ह्यूमर और पैथोस जो है वो डस्क में डेफिनेटली द ऑथर इज एबल टू पोर्ट्रे. द मोस्ट ह्यूमरस इज द एंड. यस सर, अ केक ऑफ सोप, जैसे एक केक ऑफ सोप. तो व्हाट इज इट? इट इज ऑल्सो जक्सटापोजिशन. ये वर्ड्स हमेशा क्या है, यूज इकट्ठे होते, जैसे अ बार, सोप बार, या यहाँ पर एक केक ऑफ सोप जो है वो यूज हुआ है. तो ये ह्यूमर क्यों पोर्ट्रे होता है? क्योंकि इवेंचुअली जब हम स्टोरी पढ़ते तो हमें लगता है कि नहीं नहीं वो इंसान अच्छा था, और इवेंचुअली जब वो वापस बेंच पे आता है तो इट इज टोटली ए 360 डिग्री टर्न. ठीक है. सो विद दिस वी कम टू द एंड ऑफ योर दिस 3 topics, and eventually only the one topic is left that we'll be taking up in the next class.